Hey, how's it going, guys? This is going to be my video response entry into Glyncr84's contest. Start off by congratulating Glyn on all the new subscribers. You really deserve it. If you guys have not subscribed to Glyn yet, please go do so. His link will be below in the description. He's an awesome YouTuber, an all-around great guy, and one of my good buddies here on YouTube. He gets involved with the community, by interacting through, comments and messages, and also, he takes part in challenges and contest entries, and he posts DVD updates as well. So he definitely has a lot of videos worth checking out. So again, please go check out his channel, subscribe to him, show him your support. He really, really deserves it. Now this is actually Glyn's second contest. I was the lucky winner of his first contest, where I won the awesome prize, the exclusive Adventures of Tintin limited edition Blu-ray that comes in the steel packaging, along with a snowy figurine. Comes all together in a nice outer box, which looks absolutely awesome up on my shelf, so that was really cool. Maybe with this contest I can make it 2 in a row, but I guess we'll see. For this contest, Glyn would like us to list our top 10 favorite movies from the year 2000 to the year 2010. Now, this was actually a lot tougher than I thought it would be. I compiled a list of the films I wanted to include in this, and then as I was going through my collection to take out the DVDs to show them in this video, I came across other movies that I decided I wanted to include instead of some of the other ones that I had in mind. So I kind of ended up with a completely different list, but that's okay. This one worked for me. I tried to equally balance, horror and non-horror. I wouldn't say these are my top 10 favorite movies from that decade, but they're at least 10 of my favorite movies from that decade, so hopefully that's good enough for you, Glyn. The first film I want to mention is Trick or Treat. This is my absolute favorite horror anthology of all time. This movie was made in 2007, but not released on DVD and Blu-ray until 2009. I felt like it was so much longer of a wait. I remember reading about it and being very excited, and it definitely did not let me down. It has the most perfect Halloween atmosphere you could ever ask for in a movie, and I highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it. Also want to give a mention to Where the Wild Things Are. This movie seems to either be loved or hated, and I absolutely love it. I just think it was beautifully shot. Everything about it was amazing. It is definitely some of the best voice acting I have ever heard in a movie. James Gandolfini did an incredible job in this. Among others, there was plenty of other voice actors in this, but James Gandolfini really stuck out to me. A lot of people said that when they watched this, they couldn't get the image of Tony Soprano out of their mind when they heard Gandolfini's voice, but I think he did a solid job in this. I mean, it was a completely different voice than his Tony Soprano voice. So anybody who said that, I don't know what they were thinking, because for me he sounded nothing like Tony Soprano, and I have seen The Sopranos many times. But yeah, I think he just did a great job with his voice acting in this, and I really love the story as well. Has a good meaning behind it. I was a fan of the children's book when I was younger. And this is a lot different than, that story, but I really do like where they went with this movie, so I highly recommend this one as well. Next, Dan in Real Life. And this one may be a bit of a surprise to some of you. It's not really a hugely popular movie, but this is just a comfort movie to me. I really love this. It's not overly action-packed or anything like that, obviously. Obviously not a horror film. It's just funny enough. It has a great love story, and it's just a nice family film. As I said, it's a really good love story. One of my favorite love stories, actually. And it's nothing too over the top or anything that really couldn't happen. It's a very real life film. I mean, Dan in Real Life, it really is. This is something that could definitely happen. It has its sad moments and its funny moments, but just an all-around great film. And I was actually on the set of this movie for a few days. It was actually filmed in my home state, so that was a pretty cool experience. I got to meet some of the cast and everything. So yeah, this movie is pretty much has a good sentimental value to me because of that, but I don't know, as I said, it's also a really good comfort movie. Next, I want to mention Taken. Absolute awesome action movie, one of my favorites, in fact. Liam Neeson is incredible in this. I know a lot of people have seen this, so I won't go into great detail, but I just want to say that I'm really looking forward to the sequel coming out later this year. Drag Me to Hell. Sam Raimi, modern-day horror classic. Awesome movie. A lot of people actually prefer this one to Evil Dead. I'm not sure if I do. I don't know. You know, I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, and I love this one as well, but I don't know. It's tough for me to say. But, you know, for a modern-day horror film, it's definitely one of the best in my opinion, and I really, really love the story in this. Next, Donnie Darko. I'm showing the director's cut here. I had the theatrical version as well, but just an incredible film. I remember seeing it for the first time, really being blown away by it. It's just one of those movies that I really love to kind of dive into and try to figure out, you know, what's really going on. You know, it's just that type of movie where you really need to think about it and try to figure out, you know, come up with your own conclusion. So I really like that. Next, Disturbia. Well, this was an awesome remake type movie. You know, it's not really a direct remake to Rear Window, but you know, it kind of is. I guess some people classify it as a remake. But really awesome film. I like the cast in this one, and you know, it's just a really well done thriller in my opinion. This is a movie that I never really get sick of. You know, it's not like you know, it's not a strictly horror film, but at the same time, you know, I mean, there is a killer that lives next door, which I think is a pretty cool storyline. I absolutely love the tagline for the film. Every killer lives next door to someone. I think that's awesome because it's so true, and I think that's why I think this one works so much, because it's just such a simple storyline. I mean, what if you lived next door to a serial killer? Very cool movie. Next, Frailty. You know, from the early part of the decade, 2001, I believe this movie came out. Awesome movie starring Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey. I just really loved this movie when I saw it. This is another movie that blew me away the first time I saw it, and you know, every time I see it, every time I've seen it since, you know, it's really a movie that kind of makes you think about things, and I don't know, just a really cool idea. Next, another one of my favorite romantic comedies, and it's Love Actually. This has a lot going for it because it has an amazing cast. I mean, there's just so many great actors and actresses in this. It also has, you know, the whole Christmas angle to it. I love Christmas movies, and this takes place at Christmas time, which is awesome. And then it's also just a great comedy and romance movie, a great romantic comedy. Just really great movie all around, and I really love this one. And finally, of course, I had to include The Dark Knight. Absolutely amazing film. One of my favorite films of all time, not even of just of that decade. So definitely had to include it. Heath Ledger as the Joker is definitely one of the most amazing performances I've ever seen, and I'm not just saying that, you know, because he died. And you know, a lot of people try to say, oh well, because he died, a lot of people, you know, give him more credit for the movie, but that's not the case at all. He truly deserved the Oscar he won after his death, and you know, no one can take that away from him. So just an amazing film all around, and definitely had to include it on this list. So yeah, that's it for my my 10 favorites from 2000 to 2010. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below, let me know what you think, and please go subscribe to Glyn. Thanks for watching, guys.